Good evening, Moapa Valley. We are so glad that you're here this evening with us. I want to feel like I have to talk, but I'm totally feeling speechless right now. Thank you for the band. That was awesome. If you can hear me, please honk your horns. And you might want to adjust your volume as well. If you're in the back, wherever you are, could you turn your lights off? But if you can't hear me, turn them on. If you cannot hear me, turn your lights. This might not work. I was just hoping to get everybody. Yeah, turn them all off. Yeah, all of them off, please. If you cannot hear me, turn them on. So the only solution I have for those whose lights are on is to please tune your radio station to FM 87.7. Oh, 87.9. Try 87.9. Hopefully that will get you to work. Maybe they just can't turn their lights off. Okay. This is a beautiful sight to behold. Graduates, I would like for you to just close your eyes and take a deep breath in and take a nice big exhale and just enjoy this very moment of your lives. We are so honored to get to be part of this very important, monumental evening in your lives. My name is Wendy Mulcock. To my right is Terry Holzer. To my left is Annalyn James. They both have graduating seniors here. We are the executive board of the Moapa Valley Community Education Advisory Board. Our primary goal is to support education in our community. This past year, we've tripled our meetings to help our kids return to school. A huge public thank you to our hardworking, dedicated board members. I wish we had time to name them all. Back in February, we met with our high school principal, Hal Mortensen, to discuss what graduation was going to look like this year. At that time, state and county COVID-19 mandates were strict and tightly regulated, and there was no way anyone could predict what they would be like in May. We all agreed that a community-organized ceremony would be best in order to give our kids an assured celebration. This year, we are honored to have our trustee, Katie Williams, join us, and so happy to be able to celebrate alongside our teachers and our support staff and administration this year. These past few days have been incredible. I wish every single person here could have been with us all this planning and watched everything come to life. I will just let you know that miracles have occurred, one of which is this beautiful weather that we're experiencing tonight. A few announcements before I let Annalyn and Terry speak. As you turn to your programs, in the inside back cover, I would like to add a few very valuable contributors who are not listed there. A huge thank you goes out to our Moapa Valley High School Booster Club, and we'd also like to thank Ryan Anderson, Sam Eichley, and Stephen Brown, who are donating their technical expertise this evening. We truly live, thank you, yes, give them a big hand. Thank you. We truly live in a community that, when united in a cause, can accomplish anything. By the way, we also have Trenton Robison and Tim Watkins videotaping us right now, and you'll be glad to know in a few weeks, and maybe even just 1 week, a short highlight clip and a full video of today's events will be posted on YouTube. Pretty cool, huh? Yeah. All you need to do is search for, in your YouTube search window, search for Moapa Valley Community Education Advisory Board, MVHS Graduation 2021. Please feel free to share your selfies and your photos to the hashtag that is at the bottom of your program so that everyone else can can enjoy this evening. I want you all to know you are my Moapa family, and I am so thankful for everyone here and our entire valley. Graduates, I love you.
I just have a few thank yous. I was the head of the education committee that planned graduation, and we've met every week since February, once or twice, many hours. But a special thank you to both of these ladies. Another thank you to Erica Whitmore for sharing all of her talents with us, and Louise Kohler, who also helped us. She was always willing to do with whatever we asked, no matter how much time and energy and effort it took. And a special thank you to Diana Walker, who was the legs of our committee. Whenever we needed something done, we would say, ask Diana, and she'll do it. She always did with a smile. So thank you, Diana. I would also just like to address the graduates for just a couple of seconds. Graduates, I want you to look around at all of the people here to support you. I want you to look at some of the people behind me and over here to my right. These people have supported and loved you and helped you. Your teachers have supported and loved you and helped you get to where you are tonight. I want you to think of all the people who have come to support you behind you in the cars. They also have come to support and have helped you get here tonight. Another group that I'd like you to recognize are all of the people in this community. Like Wendy was saying, I wish that you could have seen all of the big and small donations of money, time, service, help, that this community has reached out in love to support you to make tonight possible. And so thank you, Moapa Valley, for making this night wonderful for our graduates.
All right, we want to honor a few people before we move forward on the program. Could Dallas Larson please come join us on the stage? Dallas Larson is Moapa Valley High School's athletic director. He has stepped up for our students in a major way this year. He attended countless meetings with CCSD and NIAA working towards getting our athletic program up and going again. He reworked athletic season schedules at a moment's notice, time after time, for all seasons, including all girls and boys, freshman, JV, and varsity teams. He filmed games in freezing weather so parents could watch their kids compete. He jumped through COVID protocols, hoop after hoop, and helped round up and schedule literally hundreds of COVID tests. He dealt with almost weekly changes with CCSD athletics. He went above and beyond, sacrificing personal time with his precious family to help our students and our athletes, all because he cares about you guys, about our kids. We want to give you and all of our coaches, please stand if you're a coach. We might not be able to see you, but we want to give you all a symbol of our deep appreciation for every effort that you've given this year. Please stand, and we love you.
How's everybody doing tonight? If I could ask Hal Mortensen to please join me on the stage here. While we're here today to honor our wonderful graduating class of 2021, we would not be here if it wasn't for every single member of Moapa Valley High School Pirate family. It is my honor and privilege on behalf of the Moapa Valley CIAB to present an award tonight to every single member of our high school who, without you, we would not be here or at school this last year. Every person on every level contributed and worked really hard endless hours, sacrificing their own families, sacrificing their own free time, sacrificing their vacations, sacrificing their summers, not just once, several times, so that our children could be back to school. The schedules had to be changed, the requirements were changed, the health district changed requirements, the CDC changed requirements, and that was no easy job. It might not have been an ideal situation, but we were in school, and every single member of our high school is a member of our family and Pirates. And it is my honor today to award this plaque to the captain of the ship on behalf of every member. Moapa Valley CAB honors the dedication, courage, and commitment of the persevering Pirates during the COVID-19 pandemic school year of 2020-2021. And this will be part of the permanent history of the school, and every single family member's name is etched here forever. Thank you. We love you and we honor you.
Good evening, everyone. I am Emily Lyon, Senior Class President, and on behalf of the class of 2021, I would like to welcome everyone to Moapa Valley High School's 104th graduation ceremony. Just like the beautiful ladies before me said, we would like to thank everyone who has helped to make this moment possible. Some of the people are listed on your programs, and some wish to remain unnamed. Many of our community members have generously donated their time, talents, and money for us to be here this evening, and we would like to thank you. Our graduating class of 2021 will remember this night forever. Please join with us by standing next to your vehicles as the Moapa Valley High School Choir, under the direction of Miss Jill Lobb, sings our national anthem. After which, our student body historian, Madeline Fairchild, will lead us in the pledge, and Kyla Bradshaw, our student body secretary, will offer a prayer.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we lost, were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please remain standing and join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Our dear, kind, and gracious Heavenly Father, we thank Thee for this opportunity to gather here tonight and celebrate the class of 2021. Bless that we can enjoy this graduation and do so in safety. We thank Thee for all that we have. We are thankful for our families, teachers, and all those who have helped us on our path so far. We are thankful for this opportunity to have such a great graduation. Again, we thank Thee for all that we have and the opportunities that will come in the next chapter of our lives. We say these things in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Everyone can go ahead and take their seats again. Thank you. And we would like to thank the choir and Maddie and Kyla. Our student body president, Kyra Larson, will now recognize Moapa Valley High School's top 10 students.
Will the following students please stand when their name is called? Anson Brigham Hall, Garrett James Clove, Ashley Ann James, Michaela Nicole Levitt, Gabriel Edward Levitt, Annabelle Jolie Lounsbury, Emily May Lyon, Hannah Nicole Mayo, Trevor Dal Nelson, Aspen Rochelle Osmond. Congratulations to these top 10 outstanding students. We will now be pleased to hear from our Moapa Valley High School class of 2021 salutatorian Angela Ruth Werner, followed by our valedictorian Kaylee Esther Thompson. The evening will then progress as outlined in the printed program. Moapa Valley teachers, parents, and most of all, the senior class of 2021, we did it. Seniors, remember clear back in kindergarten when we were so excited to finally go to school and everyone was telling us we were the class of 2021? At the time, that seemed so far, far away. I don't know that our little kindergarten selves even understood what that meant. Well, we've grown up. We worked hard. We understand very well what it means to go to school for 13 years. Many of us still have many more years of schooling ahead of us, and we go forward with excitement and enthusiasm. We are finally here. We have worked hard. We have played hard. We have had amazing things happen to us. We have had disappointing things happen to us. Even though this year was especially difficult, we got through it. This will be a year for the history books. We will be remembered as the senior class that endured COVID-19. We have learned to be adaptable, flexible, resilient, and we know how to get through anything done, even against all odds. We are the next generation, and we are ready for whatever this world will throw at us. Seniors, this is our commencement ceremony. Commencement does not mean the end ceremony. It means the beginning ceremony. We are at the beginning of our adult lives. We have done much to prepare for this day, and many have helped us along the way. As some of you may know, I didn't become a pirate until the beginning of this year. The move was especially hard for me, with this being my senior year, leaving behind friends, teachers, coaches, and all the others that were my support. I wanted to take a moment and thank you all for being so welcoming to my family and I, and for adopting us into the community. Seniors, we are blessed to live in such a wonderful and welcoming community that truly supports one another. I am amazed at how much the community supported us seniors this year. Senior baskets, so many community scholarships, newspaper articles, senior grad night, community dances and activities, tutoring, this graduation ceremony, advocating for the sports programs, and so much more. I think I can speak for all the seniors and say that we truly have felt supported and loved this year. Thank you, Moapa Valley. Also, I wanted to give a shout out to my AP English class and my art class and everyone that has reached out to me and made me feel like I have friends here in Moapa Valley. Friends are so important. Seniors, anything is possible when we have good friends supporting us. Let's always remember to be friendly and supportive of those around us. We are so fortunate to have such a devoted and caring group of mentors that have helped us get to where we are today. Seniors, let's take a moment and give a special thanks and round of applause to our parents. Without them, we would not be here today. Our parents are the ones who supported us through it all. They got us up and got us to school, reminded us to do our homework, got us to practices, and got us to seminary, hugged us when we were sad, celebrated us when we were happy, and so much, much more. Thank you so much, parents. To all our wonderful teachers, coaches, advisors, administrators, counselors, and all the other influential adults that have helped to guide and teach us, thank you for helping us get through the tough times. Thank you for inspiring us to be better. Thank you for the knowledge you've given us that we have what it takes to make the future brighter, even if it is only where we stand. We are the Moapa Valley Senior Class of 2021. We are the future. We are ready. We are pirates forever.
To me, success has always been measured by the correlation between what someone is doing and what they want to become. In my eyes, whenever someone is living their passion or taking the steps necessary to do that, they are successful regardless of their annual income. Following your dreams is what I want to talk about today. First Lady Claudia Johnson once said, "Become so wrapped up in something that you forget to be afraid." We are at that time in our lives when everything changes, from moving out, to starting college, to going on missions, to starting a new job, to just figuring out what we're going to do with our lives. There is a lot of room for fear. And it's okay to be scared. In fact, I think it's even natural to feel apprehension about all of these changes, because as human beings, we are wired to resist change. But when you let that fear get in the way of you chasing your dreams, therein lies the problem. Instead, focus on your goals and your dreams. When you figure out what moves you, what drives you, what fascinates you more than anything else in the world, then you are halfway there. Regardless of what your dream is, there is always a way to accomplish it. It may not be the most straightforward course of action or the easiest option, but I promise you, when you look for it, there is always a way. Never let anything get in the way of you accomplishing your dreams. Not that you should be doing anything solely out of want for money, but I once read about a fascinating study that shows that you are more likely to be financially successful if you do work that you actually enjoy. Regarding this study, Carol Christian and Richard N. Bowles, co-authors of a well-known self-discovery book, wrote, Shirley Blotnick, a PhD in business psychology, wanted to know what happened to people who go for the money. He studied the career choices and financial success of 1,500 MBAs. He divided them into two groups. Group A, 83% of the people in the study chose careers they believed they could earn a lot of money doing. Group B, 17% of the study group, chose careers because of their interest in the work. 20 years later, 101 of the 1,500 had become millionaires. 100 of them were from Group B, who made choices based on their interests. Only one millionaire was from Group A, who chose careers to make money. This research showed that you are 100 times more likely to be financially successful if you do work you enjoy. Don't choose what you do off of money. Don't plan your life according to what your parents or anyone else expects of you. Don't live in search of fame and prestige. Don't place limits on yourself or doubt your capability of success. Don't do anything that doesn't make you truly happy. As Steve Jobs said, your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Great job, ladies. That was awesome. We are excited now to hear from our keynote speaker, Mr. Biar Atem. Biar Atem is a former refugee from South Sudan and the founder of the South Sudan Center of America, a nonprofit that assists refugees. He started out as a janitor, earned a bachelor's degree in accounting and an MBA, and now owns and operates a real estate business while working at a Fortune 500 company as a contract audit manager. In 2014, he was named to Fortune magazine's Heroes of the 500 for helping others suffering from persecution and poverty. He is a member of the board of directors of the Refugee Congress and also the delegate from Nevada. Mr. Atem, the time is yours.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here. We have a quick video that we're going to play, and then I'll come back and I'll share a few remarks. Please helping us on the show.
It's going to be wonderful. But before we start talking about BR's incredible life story, we wanted to give you some background of what happened to thousands of young boys like BR who were living in the Sudan during the Second Civil War.
These are the faces of boys whose lives changed forever in 1987, when civil war forced an estimated 20,000 young boys from their families and villages in South Sudan. Conflict in this area stemmed from differences in culture and religion between the North and South. The North primarily Muslim, the South Christian. Many of the boys in South Sudan fled to escape death or induction into the Sudan People's Liberation Army. These boys, most just 6 or 7 years old, would eventually be known as the Lost Boys. Their trek led them first to Ethiopia, a journey that lasted about 3 months, most walking with merely the clothes on their back. They faced hunger, dehydration, and exhaustion, all while trying to remain hidden in the dense African bush. Some, though, were attacked by wild animals, drowned in the river, or were caught in the crossfire. The boys who made it to Ethiopia lived off the land for 3 years until it became a refugee camp. But shortly after, the Ethiopian government was overthrown. The Lost Boys were forced out, once again starting a trek that would lead them back through Sudan and then to a refugee camp in Kenya. In total, the boys walked an estimated 1,000 miles until they made it to Kenya. Only half survived the journey. Those who did survive lived at the refugee camp for 8 to 9 years. In 1999, however, the United Nations High Commissioner of Refugees and the U.S. State Department referred nearly 4,000 children and young adults to the United States for permanent resettlement, including here in Las Vegas. For Hello Mayor, I'm Melissa Duran.
Thank you. I'm honored to be here with you this evening. This is a long way from home. As a kid from a village in Sudan, I was born in a village with no running water, and my family were farmers. So for the first 7 years of my life, I just pretty much, I would be gone from sunrise to sunset, taking care of the family cattle. And that was my day-to-day responsibility. As a young man in Sudan, you have to make sure that you bring the family cattle home. In 1987, when the war broke out in Sudan, that's when I was forced to leave home. Little young man right there with blue shirt, that was me with my family when I left home. Thinking that I was gonna come back home that night, but that didn't happen until 21 years later. Going through the jungle, I went for about 2-3 days without food. And I was getting to the point where I just wanted to give up on myself. But my cousin, who was 11 years at the time, he called me when I was getting left behind and he said, "BR, if you keep walking, you're gonna be left behind just like him." What it was pointing at was one of the kids that died. And for me, that was my motivation. I just kept walking, keeping one foot in front of the other to the next mile until we get to, 1,000 miles later, until we got to a refugee camp in Ethiopia. I was settled there for 3 years until the United Nations made that an official refugee camp. So for the first 3 years, we were pretty much living off the land. So as a 70-year-old, you had nothing to survive on. You had to go and hand and gather what you can find. So as the results of the living conditions, only 1 in 3 of the boys survived. So out of the 30,000 kids, only 10,000 made it. Fast forward to Kenya, the refugee camp in Ethiopia was attacked because the government was overthrown by a coup. So we had to walk until we got to a place in Kenya. By then I was 11 years old, so I can walk a little bit faster and be able to kill some animals. So we got to a refugee camp in Kenya. Luckily, the United Nations made that an official refugee camp in Kenya, where we spent nearly 10 years in that camp. In the camp, the living conditions were pretty bad, and of course, every couple of weeks, you'll get a ration from the United Nations. We had outdoor classes, so you used to ride on the dirt, and then I remember up until the 4th grade, I had a shared notebook with a classmate, and you had one textbook for the entire class. So that's how bad it was. So you get like a glass of porridge, and for us, that was your food for the entire day. So living conditions were pretty bad in the camp. But luckily, though, I had the opportunity to settle here to Las Vegas, to the U.S. in 2001. So going from those 5 different plane rides from the camp to Nairobi, to Brussels, to New York, JFK, to St. Louis, and then to Las Vegas at 10:30 p.m. Coming from a place where the only light I had was the daylight. So when I was going to school, I had to make sure that I get my homework done during the day. But in Las Vegas, I can do my homework on the street at 2 in the morning. Coming here as a refugee, I knew that I had to be employed right away. So I was employed right away in the casino as a janitor, so I used to work from midnight until 8 in the morning. 5 months later, September the 11th happened, which you, the graduates, you don't remember that, but I guess you kind of learned it from your parents. As you can see in the picture, the tallest young guy right there, that was me. And like I said earlier, the living conditions in the camp were pretty bad. At 6'7", I was only 160 pounds. But thanks God, since I came to America, I ate any time I felt like it. So I kind of blew up to 250, but I had to cut down a little bit. So in 2000, I went to school in the community college, get my associate degree in business. And then in 2008, I had contact with my family for the first time in 21 years. And my dad was like, BR, you have to come and visit us. We think of you as a 70-year-old boy. 21 years went by, and Dad thought I was still a child. So that's when I went back to Sudan. And I was able to see my family, had some great time with them. While talking with them, they were like, so son, what did you do in the state? Like, I have an associate degree. What is that? It's a 2-year degree. That's the best you could do in 7 years. And I was like, in America, there's a lot of things that you do that you normally don't do in Sudan. You got to learn the language, you got to cook and clean, have a job, and take care of yourself. So I came back in the spring of 2009 and transferred to UNLV to work on my accounting degree. And it took me about a year and a half to get my bachelor's in accounting. And I remember my last semester at UNLV, summer of 2010, I signed up for 3 classes. I had a goal. I wanted to be able to get my bachelor's at the end of 2010. But my advisor at the time, she told me there's no way that we can allow you to take 3 classes in 3 weeks. So I had to didn't take the no for an answer, so I had to go to the to the Dean of College of Business. They gave me the permission to take the classes. 3 weeks later, I had 9 credits. And I did well. I was able to get my bachelor's degree at the end of 2010. And then went on to get my master's degree. It took me another year and a half. In 2014, I really wanted to be able to give back to the community. So that's when I founded the South Sudan Center of America. It's a nonprofit that provides scholarships to the kids that are left in the refugee camp with no opportunities. Growing up in the camp for 14 years, I was in a classroom of 80 students. Fast forward to 13 years later, when I went back to the camp in 2014, when my mom passed, an average class size about 180 students. As you can imagine here, so the average class size probably about half of the graduating students here, the class of 2021. Just knowing that with education, I was able to work my way up from being a janitor to become a corporate audit manager, and been raising money for scholarships or help 8 high school students to be able to graduate from high school, and then another student to be able to get a diploma in flight aviation. Having been in America for more than 20 years, it took me about 3 years to be able to accomplish my goals. And, coming here from the camp, when you come from a third world country or let alone growing up in a camp, you don't know how good you guys have it here until you go to a third country, and that's what the trustee was saying earlier when we're talking. In America, you can accomplish anything that you want as long as you put your mind into it. You got to put in your time. You got to work hard on it every single day. At the end of the day, when you go to bed, you got to check in and really kind of do that little progress check, which you guys have done. You got to ask yourself, did what I do today take me closer to my goals? For the graduates, yes, you have accomplished your goals. So graduating here today is a big thing. And I know all of you guys are going to succeed, but what I maybe want to advise you on is that when you do succeed, the least we expect you to do is to be able to get, go through college, get your college degrees, get a good job, settle down, have a family, but you can do more than that. You want to be able to give back to the community. So a kid in the refugee camp like myself can have the opportunity to settle as a refugees. So they too can accomplish their goals just like I have done it for myself. Having been here for so long, there's so many opportunities, and what I tell the student when I talk to them, like yourself, if you don't succeed in America here, you're not going to make it elsewhere, because there's not another country that can give you so many opportunities. The thing that we do take for granted here in America, so before you can maybe complain about something, maybe not getting the newest cell phones or the newest computer, you got to think about, you got to be grateful for what you have first. So before you can complain, you got to count your blessings. And we're blessed to be here in America, because 99% of refugees are still living in the refugee camp. And that 99%, you're talking about 87 million people, don't know where their next meal is going to come from. But us being in this country, we're so grateful to be here. As you may see on the screen, I'm just sharing some of the family pictures of my story. And I've had the opportunity to speak at UCLA, at the Beverly Hilton. And then last February, I was invited to speak in the United States Congress to testify, to share my personal story in Congress about bringing more refugees here. Because as you guys may know, the last couple of years, or the last 4 years, there was a disruption in the refugee settlement program. So what refugees are looking for, their goals are the goals that we have here in the U.S. They want safety, they want opportunities, and that's what they need. All they need here to come to America and have the right papers. So tonight, what I'm gonna advise you to do, really, just gotta follow your heart. Stick to your goals. And you got to be thankful for what you have. You got to thank the teachers, your parents, and everybody that support you through the journey. And tonight, I brought my family there in the car. I'm blessed with 4 children. My youngest just 3 months. And then I have a 2-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 6-year-old. And they're sitting there in the car. So I've been talking to them about how great it is that they're happy in this country. As an American, I think that the American dream is more about what you can really do for other people. Because success, whether being a job, you can do that. It takes a little bit of hard work. But I think what really matters, the next chapter of my life, is to be able to make an impact in people's lives, because there are a lot of people that are struggling. And then in 2020, 2021, you guys have been tested. So going forward in the future, you're going to look back on 2020 and 2021 during COVID and say, guess what I did? I was able to go to school. You were isolated from your friends. You didn't get to see them as much, but you were able to pursue your goals. So tonight, I'm honored to be here as a kid from the refugee camp, knowing that education, really, everything is possible with education. Without it, you may not be able to do much in your community. But with education, you can impact people's lives, thousands of miles away. So with that, getting that high school diploma, the foundation is the beginning of new life. So you have a strong foundation of education, and then you're going to move on and be successful members of the community. You can become whatever you want to become in America. Because the opportunities, the sky is the limit, and I can say that honestly. As somebody that came here 20 years ago with nothing but the clothes on my back, today I have a beautiful family, I have a real estate business, and a nonprofit helping people in the community as well as globally. So tonight, I'm honored to be here, really. That's all I can say. I'm so excited to be here, honored to be here with you guys. You should be proud of yourself. You got to thank your parents and thank the teachers. I want to thank the whole the Moapa community, the CCF, for making it possible for me to be here with you tonight, driving from Las Vegas to be here with you guys. Thank you so much for your time, and you should be proud of yourself, class of 2021. You guys go out there and make it possible. Do whatever you can do. If I can do it, you guys can do it. So I just want to be I really want to, I'm so grateful to be here tonight. So on that note, I want to thank you guys and pass it on. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Atem, for your inspiring address, and to Miss Kim Hardy for that amazing slideshow. Our principal, Mr. Hal Mortensen, will now present the class of 2021. Following Mr. Mortensen, our CCSD School Board Trustee, Katie Williams, will accept the graduating class. Mr. Mortensen.
Okay, what a night it's been. It's quite a time is far spent. We've been here quite a while, and so I won't take much of your time. I do want to do some gratitude for this school year. We would not have had 2021 like we have wanted it without our teachers. And I just want to take a moment for, I know we've already celebrated with the teachers, but if it wasn't for them, we would not have been able to open the doors. It was their choice to open the doors for 2021. So I want everybody to please, let's give them a round of applause. They are up here on the stage, we can't see them. A round of applause, thank you. There we go. There's a right there. They're sitting right to the left, to the left of the band. So we appreciate them. I remember when we first opened our door for the school year, it was kind of scary for a moment, but then once the students came in through the hallways, we knew that we were doing the right thing. And just to hear the buzz and hear the enthusiasm, hear the talking in the halls, and the kids were excited to come to school. So it is my pleasure that we've been able to have 2021 like we did. Of course, there are a couple of things we would have wished that it changed, but we did the best in spite of it. I want to thank my two assistants, Dr. Lustig and Mr. Dwayne McMahon. We're part of the Three Amigos team, so I appreciate them for their support. I want to thank our parents who have made this happen, and thank you for your support, for sending your seniors to school and get the requirements, that get the classes that they needed. And seniors, thank you for putting up with 2021. Thank you, seniors. Also want to recognize our supervisor over our area, the Associate Superintendent, Miss Elena Kreiner Wilson. She is here on the stand with us from Las Vegas. We appreciate her coming out to support us this evening. Thank you. So, I know most of you are not going to remember tonight what I'm going to tell you right now, but if you can just take one word with you tonight, and maybe you don't know the meaning of this word, but I want you to think about this word, and the word is persevere. So if I look up the word in the dictionary, this is one last English lesson, if you will. Persevere is a verb, and out of the dictionary it says to continue in a course of action, even in the face of difficulty, or with little or no prospect of success. So persevere means that you are going to do whatever you have to do in spite of all the challenges, in spite of all the obstacles that may come in your way, is to persevere. Synonyms are persist, carry on, continue. COVID-19 certainly was not what you guys asked for. I thought by closing up 2020, we can wrap that year up and move on, but not really with 2021. Now I can't wait for 2021 to get behind us. But you guys persevered. You made it through, and you made the best. And I heard about all the activities that you guys were able to do in this valley. You need to be grateful for those experiences, because we could not do them at the school, but in the community they were allowed to do that. So I heard about dances, drive-in movies, a lot of activities because of the participation of our community. So thank you, community, for making that happen. Our guest speaker here said, follow your heart. So when you persevere, be sure you follow your heart, follow your dreams. Don't take anything for granted. So be sure that when you leave tonight, some of you are going to go in the military, college, trade school. Some of you might go straight to work. Whatever you do, persevere. And remember that you are always pirates wherever you go. So without further ado, I want to present the class of 2021 pilots to our trustee, Katie Williams.
Wow, I can't see any of you, but I know you're there because I watched you all come in. So first I'm going to hold an apology and say I'm very sorry for wearing the color green. I was not told there was a dress code. I blame the organizers. Just kidding. I love them all. I want to say thank you to the teachers and the staff members. Thank you for the parents and the students. This is a hard year. This was hard. It was not easy on us either, but we love you all for doing it. My whole job is very hard. And being able to come to these events and see you guys not walk across the stage, but come in here almost like a tailgate, I love it. It makes everything that we go through as parents and as adults, as teachers, people who work in the district, it makes it worth it to see those smiling faces. So I won't take any of your time. I just want to say that life is hard and it's very uncomfortable in a lot of ways. So when you feel uncomfortable, there's probably growth coming, there's change coming. And as Mr. Morton said, persevere. Because you just have to keep walking, as Mr. Atten said. So you guys have a great source of knowledge and power here. And I hope you guys take every single word to heart. As you guys go into this Memorial Day weekend, please remember your first responders because they're serving. Please remember the ones that we've lost and maybe say a prayer for them. I want to say thank you, and I want to say I'm very, very honored. And on behalf of the state of Nevada and Clark County School District's Board of Trustees, I am honored to accept the Moapa Valley High School's class of 2021.
Kaylee Esther Thompson. Angela Ruth Werner. Emily May Lyon.
Caden Kelly Adams. Keith Benjamin Adcock.
Jersey Renee Anderson. Bailey Kayan Andrew. Cheyenne Avila.
Anthony Angel Ayala. Zachary Jonathan Bailey.
Michaela Marie Baldwin. Alexa Bellman. McKinley Ryan Bledsoe.
James Richard Boone. Trenton Hayden Lane Boone. Matthew Henry Boyd. Robert Nathan Bradford.
Kyla Dawn Bradshaw.
Cody Lane Burris.
Haley Ann Bush. Isabella McKinley Grace Bustillos. Cecilia Lorraine Byers.
Anson Brigham Call.
Alexa Mariah Canfield. Alexi Corina Castillo. Courtney Elizabeth Chubbuck.
James Scott Clark. Garrett James Clove. Dylan Lee Combs. Jameson Edward Cook. Connor Hawk Craven. Caleb Corey Daly. Alexander Keegan Dreyfus.
Alina K. Ellis. Madeline Elsie Fairchild. Shay Renee Featherhat Weisspirit. Madeline Tiffany Frederick. Jeannie Madison Freeman. Jesse Fry.
Ethan Scott Folman. Sebastian Gutierrez.
Jocelyn Lisette Guzman.
Gavin Ray Hadley.
Allison Cherie Hansen. Julia Michelle Hardy.
Carson Kyle Heiselbetz. Cropper Nathan Henry.
Attaboy, Crop.
Scotland Star Hill.
Matthew Grant Holland.
Sierra Amberlyn Holzer.
Riley Daniel Hopkins. Christopher Russell Hoy.
Alicia Renee Huerta. Catrice Leanne Hull.
Preston Dennis Humes.
Ashley Ann James.
Aiden Kenneth Jim. Dylan Ross Jones.
Celeste Jules Jorgensen. Elizabeth Lynn Jorgensen. Carly Dawn Keller.
Hunter Ron Kelly.
Sydney Claire Landini. Kyra Amor Larson.
Gabriel Edward Levitt.
Brittany Levitt. Andy Victoria Laird. Haley Cannon LeBaron. Talia Ray Lee Hart. Jimena Leon. Annabelle Jolie Lounsbury. Kayla Morgan Lyon. Elise Lyon. Maggie Maybell Martin.
Colby Kevin May.
Hannah Nicole Mayo.
Kaysen Andrew McClure. Anthony Scott McConnell.
You guys get out!
Trace Michael Michalowski.
Kara Lynn Mills.
Caleb Santiago Rubio Moreno. Brody Michael Morgan. Trevor Dow Nelson. Estefan Julian Nelson. Josue Jacobo Ochoa.
Haley Jane Oliver. Aspen Rochelle Osmond. Jasmine Maria Parra. Victoria Parra.
Henry Patino.
Emma Noelani Pay. Elisa Essa Perez.
Wyatt James Pettit. Landry Dawson Porter. Diego Andres Rabines.
Diego!
Ivan Robert Reel.
Trista Marie Roberts. Abigail Ray Robison. Alexandra Christine Robison. Shania D. Romero.
Maximus David Shambaugh. Steele Thad Skinner.
Patricia Ann Slaughter.
Chev Smith. Fox J. Soderquist.
Elena Lauren Sosa. Aaliyah Nicole Sosa. Mackenzie Ann Staley. Samantha Monique Thompson.
Rylan Kevin Tobler. Jose Baudilio Torres. Danny Jr. Villa. Rolando Ismael Villarreal.
Michaela Ruth Wadsworth.
James Tyler Walker. Lucas Kevin Walker.
Kayla Ray Walters. Hannah Marie Watson. Jamie Ray White. Cody Lynn Winterton. Faith Alida Witter. Alyssa Lynn Wolfley. Zoe Sophia Subia.
Our following students have graduated from other programs, and we want to recognize them as part of our Moapa Valley family. First off, Hunter Reed Davis. Justin Andrew Prophet.
Had a kid.
Cameron William Reese. Avery Lloyd Stratton.
Elizabeth Ann Williams.
I forgot to do one announcement. Is tomorrow noon at the high school front circle, the diplomas, the official diplomas, will be handed out at that time. And we have a stage set up in front of the high school for picture opportunities tomorrow at noon.
Can I have the senior class officers come up on stage?
Thank you, everyone. What a wonderful night. This is the moment we've all been waiting for. Graduates, please stand.
Yeah, graduate.
I can't tell if you're standing. If you wish to throw your hat, please wait until the end of the MVHS fight song. We will now turn our tassels from right to left.